Bitch. But the sun comes around in the morning. Bet your bottom dollar. The morning begins with everyone kind of in a bit of a hurry, getting sort of the main hall ready and Clovis ready and that sort of thing for what's to come throughout the day. He's gonna be doing court cases and shit. That's what he's doing.
Oh man.
Yeah. So he has a lot of them. So you can see Clovis like sitting at like on the throne, like at the top of the room, and he's just kind of breathing heavy sighs. Just like, all right, let's get this over with. As you guys have your breakfast and get ready for the day. Is there anything anyone wanted to do today? You're more than welcome to come and like watch like the cases that Clovis has to reside over.
I'm probably gonna stick around for that, to be honest.
Okay.
But I guess while the breakfast's still happening, she's gonna approach him and just be like, "Don't seem very."
Clovis.
Yeah.
He's like,
pumped about these.
Very rarely are they actual good things that come of them. It's normally bad things, and it's just having to deal with a lot of them is fairly annoying. You'll see. You'll see.
You seem pretty nervous.
Not so much nervous as much as I'm so tired of these things. But yeah, he says you'll see. Stick around for 102 and you'll know what I mean.
Dana will stick around.
Okay.
Lazara thinks for a moment and says, "Yeah, I think I can spare some time to see one of them."
Yeah, it's you, Lazara. You think like, could be nice to see like one of these things go down when I'm not on the wrong side of the law.
Like, oh shit, this is trippy, man.
It's weird being on the other side of the bench. Yeah, no, you guys decide to stick around and watch a couple of these cases unfold. What would Faye and Gunther like to do with their day?
Jeffrey has business to take care of ASAP. So he's not going to stick around.
Okay.
I will say Lazara's going to stick around for like 1 or 2, but then she's going to step out and do something else.
Okay. All right. Faye?
I don't know what I want to do today.
Oh, you can
stick around.
You stick around until you come up with something you want to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, the first one comes in. The two people that are brought in under the watchful eye of the guard are one old man who kind of only has one eye, and another guy who's also an older guy, but kind of scratchy looking. Like he has like a rash going on. And Clovis says, "So what exactly?" And then at that point, the guy with one eye points at the other guy across the room and says, "He stole my meat." And Clovis just kind of sighs heavily, and he says, "He stole your meat." He's like, "Yes."
Is this Judge Judy?
I kind of. And he's like, "I demand compensation." And Clovis says, "Okay, how much meat did he steal?" He says, "A goat's worth." Like a full goat's worth of meat. Did he just steal a goat or just the meat? He's like, "It was about a goat's worth. It was just the meat." He's like, "Right." So that's like, you can see Clovis do a bit of math and he says, 25 gold worth of meat. Okay. Are you happy with the amount being worth 25 gold. Is that what you're alleging here? And the guy says, well, the meat was rotten. The scratchy guy hasn't even said anything. He's just kind of scratching himself. And Clovis is just kind of like, he just breathes this deep sigh. And he says, the meat was rotten. And the old guy says, yes, but I demand compensation. He stole my meat. And he's just like, Clovis kind of like looks about the room, the guards, you can see them kind of like looking away and like trying not to laugh. Like they're just kind of like looking like to the wall to the right and like just like pursing their lips and holding their breath, like tears forming in their eyes. It's just like twitching with hilarity. And
Diana just kind of looks to Lazar and she's like, serious?
Lazara's jaw is just on the floor. Like this is what rich people do.
This is what Clovis has to deal with all the time, and he just goes, okay. There's no value to the meat, so judgment for the plaintiff to the amount of 0 gold. And the old guy with one eye turns smugly toward the scratchy guy, who this entire time didn't even say anything. And he has this big smug grin on his face. The guy with one eye, who then like triumphantly marches out the door with a big smile on his face, very content with the fact that he won the case.
Like he won the lottery or something.
For the amount of nothing. But he thinks that he won, so he seems happy. And Clovis just kind of like gently places his face into his palm and then says, next. And they remove the scratchy man as well.
Oh no.
This is what rich people spend their time doing?
Yep. The next one is the next one's a sort of younger guy who looks kind of down on his luck. He looks a little bit poor, and an old man they help walk in on the other side, who kind of has like, he's kind of holding like his back. He's got a walking stick and a hunch, and he kind of walks funny. Very clearly has like a busted hip that never healed. And he brings them in and he says, so the young guy, who's like the poorer guy, is the plaintiff in this case, and he says, so what seems to be the problem? And he points at the old guy across the room and says, yeah, he mugged me. He's like, Clovis sits forward in his throne and looks across the room at the old man, who's nearly crippled, and he's just like, is that true? The old man, like, he has to like lift like one of those like air horns to like his ear, and he's like, what? And he's like, he mugged you. And the young guy's like, yeah, he just took my money and he ran down the alley and jumped the wall. I couldn't catch him. He's too fast. And Clovis looks back at the old, nearly crippled, needs a walking stick and has a fucked hip. And Clovis says, how much money? He said it was a pouch of like 20 gold. He stole it. And Clovis looks at the old guy and he says, grandfather, did you steal from this man? And the old man's like, who are you? and Clovis is like, this case is dismissed. And the young guy's like, what? But that was just my opening statement. And
What
He's like, I'm not the judge. I'm the king. I don't just leave. Just go, please. You can see there's like seated in some of the fold-out wooden chairs that they have in the room. They have them like case by case, and there's like 6 or 7 other groups of people that are all sitting, waiting for their turn to come up.
Oh god.
And it's just going to be more shit like this all day. And Clovis just kind of like, he just sighs.
Lazara just puts her face in both of her palms, and she turns to Diana and says, I can't watch this anymore. If you need me, I'm going to be at the library. And then she leaves the castle in such a way that she's not getting in the way of the court.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff.
just walk around the back and you're just like, I'm out. I'm gone.
You don't need a jester when you have these clowns.
Yeah.
Ah, good. We can get rid of Gunther then.
Oh, man.
Oof. This hurts.
Being Clovis is suffering.
Being Clovis is suffering.
Being Clovis.
It's gonna be a long day for that
It's
kid.
going to be a long day for your boy.
Oh no.
So, Gunther, you headed off to take care of some business.
Yes, business.
Important business.
Namely, looking for Caton so nothing happens, so I can maybe diffuse the situation as early as possible.
All right.
And
So you head
probably
to...
the best to my ability, which is probably not very well.
Well, we shall see.
We'll see.
The dice will tell. So
Yep.
you head to the Sigil Shield Guild, of which she is the guildmaster. And as you walk in, there are a few guards that are hanging around. You can see her in like the back room, and there are guards like walking toward the door. And you walk in, and they very quickly sidestep around you with like a look of terror in their face.
Oh,
And
did
like
they-
Oh
give
shit.
you a fucking wide berth as you walk through.
They know.
Why?
Yeah, the guards, they're avoiding the shit out of you.
Do I know why they're doing this?
Roll an insight check.
I'm thinking it's like,
Oh my god.
That's a yeah. That's a yeah.
okay, which one's the reason? Is it because of Caton, or is it because I killed a dragon?
It is because of Katine, who is probably has been complaining about you in quite an
Jesus.
angry way.
They talked once.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to talk for a second time?
Yeah, a couple of the guards are walking by and just kind of like shielding their face from your vision, like with their hand. Yeah, like just blocking their face and like walking hurriedly past you and trying to get the fuck out of there.
Maybe we should get the girls to talk to her.
Yeah. So you
Yeah, I'll just turn back. Seems like a
you
bad
walk
time.
in.
Just like
It's-
walks in, walks the fuck out, like moon walks out of there, like, oh hell no. Hell no.
you never
No,
saw
no,
me.
No.
It is too late for that. You've walked in and
Oh no.
Oh, no,
You're
she's
they've
dead.
Oh,
given
no.
you
Roll
a
new
wide
character.
enough berth that like they've basically parted the guards sea
Oh
between
jeez.
you and her.
Oh
And she
no!
looks directly at you from across the room. And you just start like turning to walk away. And as you do, she starts like storming across the guild
Oh
hall.
god.
Oh god.
Oh no.
He's dead. Roll a new character. Kate.
Okay. I'll just take responsibility and talk, I guess.
Help.
The guards
I'll face my
you can
fate.
feel the guards around you like holding their breath, like what's gonna happen. And then she storms right up to you. And you can see like burning fire in her
Oh
eyes.
god.
and she says, "Can we have a word?"
Oh
shit.
god.
Oh no.
Sure.
No, she said that calmly. That's worse.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Some school days ass fucking knifing.
They talk once. Holy shit. She's acting like they're exes.
Oh, she's a psycho. So
Boy.
you head outside with her because you think, hey, a public place seems safer for me.
No,
Oh, no.
I'd rather a private place, to be honest.
No, you're gonna die.
I can disappear for a moment.
Just like,
This-
just nopes the fuck out of there.
So she takes you out into the street and has a calm word with you and is just like, so I noticed that you're, you've been hanging out with some people lately.
Lately.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Help.
So
Yeah.
is that like a thing you do a lot?
What do you mean exactly? I mean, I was spending time with friends.
Friends? Like just friends?
Oh no.
Well,
It's like a
it's
jealous
complicated.
girlfriend,
It's complicated, I see.
I'm sorry if I've hurt you in any way. I did not intend to do that.
This is gonna be a problem whenever she sees him hanging out with girls. So.
Boy, she's got a rude awakening when he finds out that his whole party consists of women.
Yeah, so it didn't matter which girl she saw him hanging out with. It was going to be. It doesn't matter which girl. It was just going to be the next girl that she saw him hanging out with was going to be the
Either
target.
so
But
if
she-
so if he had been hanging out with the girls, would have been the same result, basically.
Yeah, but with the girl.
I think it would have
Hopefully
been
they were at the
worse
same
because
time.
because there's like more of them.
Yes.
We could just
Would've been much
gang
worse.
bang, like, I almost said it wrong. Word.
Yeah.
Wording.
I
We can
stopped-
gang bang.
Yeah, now you're
It's
talking
fine.
my language.
I'm down. Let's go.
I had to stop myself. I was like, oh wait, no, that's not the right word. It is midnight. My brain is not functioning well. Whew.
You know that time the girls gangbang.
Gangbang is not a bad time.
Stop.
But yes, you were saying, Lacey.
No, I was done.
So, the woman in front of you, the terrifying woman, is just like, so I finished my shift tonight at
Oh,
7,
oh my god.
and she stares at you silently.
Choose your next words carefully.
Oh no. There's no escape from this one. If he says no, he's fucked. If he says yes, he's also fucked.
Like you're just
Rock,
screwed
meat,
no
hard
matter where
place.
you go. Just roll a new character, Kate. Just game over.
It's okay. I'm about to make it. I'm about to make the right choice.
He's like, I need a new identity.
It's like, oh, I can't
He's
actually
like, oh,
be with
fuck,
you
I gotta
because
go
I'm
into
dead.
hiding
And then he
again.
stabs himself in the head.
Time to fake my own death a second time.
Right, well, last time.
I've done this once before and I can do it again.
Die, you can have my swords.
Fuck.
Anyway, yeah. So to that, I'll say, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's gonna be possible.
Oh Jesus, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
I'm making the tough choice of declining, and I'm trying to like make it easier, but it's not gonna be easy
Yeah.
at all.
Let's go a persuasion check.
Oh no, this is amazing. I love it.
I wish Gunther didn't have high persuasion, so this would actually be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
I mean,
not that great.
it's okay, I rolled
good,
low.
but it's like it's good, but she's insane.
That's a fair assessment.
So, you say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think it's gonna be possible.
Oh, no.
This isn't gonna be a thing." And she says, "Oh, okay. Well, I get off every day at 7, so."
She took it as he can't today.
I'm busy today. Yeah.
No,
Oh my god, help.
I just saw that GIF you sent. Yeah.
She just runs up. Lazara, help!
No, what I mean is, I don't think it's gonna work out.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Let's get another persuasion check.
Oh my god.
We should be friends.
Okay.
We've only met
Um,
once.
Yeah. She looks fairly displeased. I'll get a perception check from you as well, Gunther.
Oh no.
This is how you die.
You
Oh
see
my
her
God.
reach for
Oh,
her
no, you're dead!
no!
You can't,
And
you can't
I'm
see
in
the knife that
danger.
she's about to pull on you.
I am
I'm
in
in
danger. And she says, "Well, that's disheartening. I understand. Please excuse me." And then she turns around and goes back inside. It's at this point that you see like curtains on all the windows of the guardhouse, like the Sigil Shield Guild building, close very suddenly
Oh god.
in various places.
Jeffrey like gets back to the castle. Is like, we need to go.
She
What's,
murders everyone inside. And then
what's
herself,
going
and
on
she
ex-
kills herself.
What's going on?
So the curtains on all the windows, like as she turned around to go back inside, they all like very quickly shut.
Oh, there's people like.
Yeah, there was people watching.
Oh, okay. There were people watching.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like ghostly like poltergeist shit. It was like
They're like,
she's not,
oh god.
she's not a tiefling.
She's a
Walk in
literal
and be like,
demon.
Okay, so you meant she went inside and suddenly all the curtains closed because everyone was
Ooh.
staring outside. Is what you mean?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought she
Yeah.
went in and closed the curtains for some. And I was like, how did she do that?
Yeah,
She's
no.
going to kill everyone and then herself.
Oh lord, I hope not.
So your job done. You dust off your hands and head back down the street.
I feel pretty bad about it,
Okay.
but at the same time, I feel a little bit more relieved.
Okay.
But still very uneasy
Um,
because it was very ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this one's over quite yet.
No.
No,
Yeah.
there's some more to
Um,
do still.
You didn't mention anything about the like a fight or anything, did you?
Oh
Oh,
jeez,
no.
He did not.
About not to do a fight
No,
or
he
anything.
didn't.
No, I
Okay, good.
didn't.
Okay.
I forgot.
So
But also,
You shouldn't have, because Lysaira read that.
yeah, that's
read-
true. Unless the
So
Sarah
it's like I
mentioned
didn't.
it.
I have considered like asking if Lazara was out of the building by this point, just to see if she could come over and make it worse.
Good lord.
so I'll get a perception check from Lazara.
All right.
You see Gunther down the street, looking slightly harrowed, and walking away from the Sigil Shield building.
That's good enough.
Lazara just kind of walks up to him and just kind of scratches the back of her head and says, "So how did it go? I figure you were talking to her."
Yeah. I guess as well as it could have gone.
You hear shrieking in the background.
I still have a bad feeling about some stuff. Not sure what, but I feel like business is not over yet.
I'll get a perception check from both of you.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh no, is she coming out with a sword?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
God. Oh man.
Both of you like look back to the guild at the same time, and you see like in the top floor, like the window like closest to you guys, you can see her kind of like looking down at the two of you.
Oh no! Oh no!
You guys both make like eye contact with her, and like she's holding onto the curtains, and then you see her just shut
Wait.
them.
Actually, before that happens, without breaking eye contact with her, Lazira grabs Gunther's arm and sticks her tongue out at
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh no, and Lazara is also like, sorry, Lazara is another half elf. I feel like that makes it more personal somehow.
Sarah, this is not helping.
Oh man, I want you to make like a fucking aggravation check, but I don't know if that's a thing.
Some kind of intimidation, I guess.
I don't know.
It's
Oh
fairly
my
similar.
god.
There we go. I finally broke D&D.
Some kind of charisma. Yeah.
Sure. Just a charisma check.
I am in further
Okay.
danger.
Oh my god.
Is that good or bad?
You don't know. So you grab his arm and stick your tongue out at her, and then you see her sneer as she like closes the curtains.
Oh no. At least she's not
After-
going to be trying to fight Killaz now.
After
I
that,
should-
she lets go of Gunther's arm and she says, "Don't worry, I'm going to take care of it."
Are you sure about it? She's very difficult.
She's
Well,
very
Lazar-
difficult.
Lazira laughs and pats Gunther's back and says, "Have I ever seared you wrong?"
He's like, yes, many times.
I'm not gonna answer to that one.
You're just like I suppose you haven't this week yet.
Not in the recent days.
Lazira just laughs and says, "Don't worry, I know how to deal with these kind of people."
Oh, that's good to hear. That does put
I
me
had
at
to deal with the
ease.
crisis. I am one. Fuck. That's amazing.
This is probably
So-
this is probably more stressful than anything I've ever lived through.
Women are
fights-
scary.
Been in fights with like ancient dragons and fucking
God.
life-threatening things with like a fucking lich. Been under attack from a black dragon and
The
stolen
goddess
from
of
one.
spiders.
Ancient dragons, gods, that's not scary. The wrath of a woman? That's dangerous, man.
The Tomb of Horrors, but a woman scorned. Oof, that's a horror movie right there.
It's time to hide under my bed. Never leave.
No one had dinner that night.
Gunther just runs back to the castle. He like locks himself up in his room, doesn't come out.
He just like he like runs up and he's like, we have to leave.
This is a safe place. I'm safe here.
There's guards here.
Don't worry,
Tomorrow-
Lazira's
He's the
already
captain
making
of the
plans.
guard.
Tomorrow's court case is going to be
Jeffrey
Sorry,
Hyde.
Gunther.
Oh
And
god.
Clovis is like, really?
Jeffrey
Don't
hides
worry,
in the
Lazira's making
scabbard.
plans.
Jeffrey hides in the scabbard in Vaskyr and lives there forever.
Fuck.
Hidden under a
She
rock.
tries to do Gunther for fucking destruction of property. So what do you mean? What property? Like my heart? It's okay. This has gotten weird. You need to take a vacation.
Clovis, you know me. You
So-
can just say I am good and leave me go.
Dismissed.
He's like,
Clovis,
Clovis,
you
like,
know me.
looks,
Dismissed.
Just
Clovis,
like-
like Gunther says that, Clovis like looks at like Clovis squints and then like looks over at the cell, back at Gunther, back at the cell. He's like, all right.
Knowing him, though, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to ruin the relation between the castle and the Sigil Shield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's kind of a big deal, and I kind of am a problem here. Yeah, I'd rather not have to use his help for anything for that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be
So
good for him.
There's enough to worry about.
Yeah.
yeah, he already has some people to deal with.
You stole my meat.
I can take care of my problems.
My meat. I demand compensation. But yeah, he got his hands full. So you guys make your way back.
At this point, Lazira is going to do what she originally planned to do and go to the library.
Excellent. So you drop Gunther off safely and make your way for the library. And what exactly were you looking up in the library?
She's just going to attempt to read like on Eldath, like who she is, her teaching, stuff like that. She's curious.
Mm-hmm. So Eldath is let's go a investigation check or religion, either one, whichever's higher.
Oh, hey, my proficiency in religion finally pays off.
Awesome. So you learned that Eldath is also known as the Green Goddess or Mother Guardian of Groves. But she's kind of like the goddess of peace, waterfalls, springs, pools, stillness, and quiet glades. So odds are that's a bit of a hint to where you can sort of pray to her. Like waterfalls, springs, pools, places that are still and quiet. And she resides over like life and nature domains.
Okay.
Man, what is happening with this campaign? Lazira is looking into religion, and Gunther is in the middle of a love triangle.
Yeah, I'm throwing the weird, wacky, wild twists at you.
What I also think is funny is that the deity that Faye worships is like a bard deity, so like, you know, flirtatious stuff. And then the deity that Lazara is looking up is like peace, tranquil, nature. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bit backwards, but this is fine.
Faye and Lazira like want to swap.
I'll trade you. It's like fucking baseball cards. I'll trade you your shiny Charizard.
Milo just like, what are you doing?
He's like, bitch. He's like, no, not the birds again, no.
You also learned that her favorite plants are daisies and sort of water lilies and water lotuses.
Cute.
That's like her favorite plants.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the people that often worship her are people who are you get druids, pacifists, and also people that are troubled by violence and want like recompense, that sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. After Lazara's done with that, she's going to head back to the castle and see if things are wrapping up.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel that like Diana and Faye are still there.
Just
Right.
watching all
It's
the
like,
goings
oh,
on.
no.
It's more nonsense cases. By the time you return, there's a case on someone attempting to claim damages from, of all people, the White Dragonborn in charge of that inn, Tevrim Orderer, he's there as the defendant. And there's a woman attempting to claim damages from him because she ordered a chicken sandwich and he put cheese in it, and she's lactose intolerant. And this resulted in her having
That's like
horrid
that lady
flatulence
that
and
fucking
diarrhea.
That's like the lady that like fucking called 911 on Burger King because they ran out of chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Did she ask for it to not have cheese?
That's what the current debate is about. There are mixed stories. She's saying she asked for there to be no cheese. He's saying that it was never even brought up. So how is he to know? And there's just this back and forth argument, and Clovis is just sitting there like, just looking past them at the door. And you can see him calculating in his head, like, I wonder if I'm able to just fucking run. If I'm able to just like run straight past them out the door and just leave. Like, he's just considering it right now.
Well, at this point, Lazara sits back down next to Dai and Faye and just kind of whispers to them, "That's not even the worst thing he's ever done."
What do you mean?
What is the worst thing?
He's just bad, dude.
I roll insight.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Come on, click it. Wow! Oh my god!
Does Faye get advantage because she has already put together like half of that situation?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Hey.
Diana, you're just like
What did
maybe,
you do?
maybe Lazara ordered food from him and then she never got her food. That would be worse than having cheese in a gathering here. Or like he overcharged her for drinks or something.
Wholesomeness. She was like,
nothing to do with filthy dragon smash.
Diana's pure and innocent.
Yeah. Whatever you say. So Faye, you know. You know.
I finally know.
You cracked the code.
Oh my god. Faye just like you see this thing where like Faye has like a very straight face just for a second, and then it just kind of morphs into something, and then she like slams her hands on the table and like sits up like just straight up, and it's just like you and him? That's the one.
Lazara just pats Faye on the back and says, "Sit down. You're causing a scene."
No, you.
Diana leans over. You and him, what?
We'll talk about this later.
Faye just leans over to Diana and like they smashed. I don't know when, but she mentioned that she got crushed by a dragonborn, and then now this. Fucking, I am disgusted. I am revolted. I dedicate my whole life to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and this is the things I get.
Diana says, but he's so creepy.
Lazara doesn't look at either of them and just says, "God, I wish I knew silence right now."
But he's so creepy. You're just like, yeah.
Are they still going back and forth about that?
The entire courtroom is silent because Faye just had a giant outburst in front of everyone. It's just like, you and him! And like, everyone's like stopped and is looking. Griselda
Faye just like throws up her hands and she's just like, I'm done. I can't.
I mean, is it really that bad? Like, Griselda, come on, have you seen the situation? There's already shenanigans happening.
Oh my god.
But really, though.
Gunther's just like, that's nothing.
Lazara just has a straight face and she's like, "Nothing's happening, everyone. Go back to what." around.
They continue with their.
I have a heart
Faye's
the
face
case.
is just beat red, just straight red, and she's just like calculating in her mind, like, how does it even fit? Like, how is she even still here? How is she alive?
No,
Like,
he's
she's looking back and forth, and she's like, the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
no, he's a fairly spindly-looking dragonborn compared to Simon. However, he's still a dragonborn.
He's still pretty large.
Yeah,
He's
no,
a fairly
like,
large boy.
and I
He's dead. They continue with the court case.
Would it be of any help to cast Stone of Truth for this situation?
actually have Zone of Truth, but it's not on me right now.
I do have it on me at all
Oh
times.
no, I have it on too. Yeah.
So Diana kind of like stands up.
Yeah.
I actually have Zone of Truth on as well, but go ahead. I thought I didn't have it equipped.
She offers to help sell this one.
Clovis looks at the two parties involved and says, would this be a problem? And Tevrim kind of like he thinks, like, for a moment you see him like contemplate, like, and then the girl immediately is just like, I have no problems with this. And he's like, well, good, that's 3 against 1. So he nods to you to let you do whatever you wish to do to try and help solve this case.
Okay, so I stand close enough to reach them so that, you know, both of them are covered by the range of the spell, which is do you have it, Lacey? Because I don't actually have it in my spells.
I do. I do. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
15 foot radius.
There you go. We'll just say that you cast that, but there you go.
Yeah, cool. 15-foot radius sphere.
So yeah.
Centered on a point of your choice within range. Oh, but it's centered on you because of the armor. Alright. So you stand between them with enough range to catch both of them.
And so yeah. So who's telling the truth?
They have to make a charisma saving throw first,
But
and then
whether
Yep.
I assume since the woman is agreeing to this, does she still have to roll for that?
I mean, she's willing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they both failed.
They
anyway.
both failed anyway.
Okay.
So
Yeah, who is telling the truth about asking or not asking for the cheese?
you're asking me, or you?
Well, I guess
You don't know who's telling the truth or not. It prevents them from lying.
we'll ask. You know.
Oh, you ask
I
the people?
ask so they. You know.
So you ask, like, who's telling the truth about the cheese? And Tevrim says it was never brought up, and she just sort of like angrily looks at him and says, he should know. What does she say? He should know to cater to the needs of people who may be allergic or whatever to such things. And Tevrim just kind of like shrugs. But yeah, she just kind of like blurts this out, like completely throwing out her own case because she was lying and saying like, "No, we talked about it at length this whole time." You know, we
Diana
discussed
just
it
kind of
and
like looks at Clovis and she's like,
I asked for it and he didn't do it. No, I had the runnies, and now like it's this fucking. She just blurs out like, he should have known anyway. He should have asked anyway. And then she kind of like covers her mouth, and then Clover's just like,
I think we're done here.
you should do this more often.
Diana gives him a thumbs up.
He gives you a thumbs up back.
This
And he
makes
says-
things go much more smoothly.
Yep. He says, case dismissed, eat some rice.
How does
Bit of fiber.
Griselda seem to react to this whole situation?
Griselda has a look on her face of just like impressed. Yeah, like, oh, hadn't thought about using that before.
I wasn't expecting him to be the honest one.
After that, Diana just kind of like goes back to your seat.
Yeah. Yes, good.
I helped.
Well done. Right. So that case goes. They leave. Next one comes up. I goes, all right, fine. There's only a couple more of them, so they deal with that for the remainder of the next couple hours until sort of such a time that it's like mid-afternoon. And then finally, Clovis is free of the cases. One involving like some stolen goods, and then one involving sort of like a case of slander, false advertising, that sort of thing. But in the end, like both cases end up getting thrown out because it's just like it's basically like, so you stole a sword from this guy, pay him what you owe for the sword at the end. And then the next one was just a case of like someone advertising like, oh, the price of this table that I'm selling is only 10 gold, get it while it's cheap. And then they show up and then they're like, no, let's make it 12 gold. And he's like, you said 10. So then there's a big fight about it over 2 gold. And then he's just like, why? It's 2 gold. Pay him the 2 gold. Shakes his head in disbelief, like, fuck, why is this here? Away. Clovis has resided over cases where it's literal life and death, like a murder charge and whatever. And then there's people like, he owes me 2 gold for this table. He won't pay it. Like, it's 2 gold. Pay him the gold. Give him the table. End of story. Fucking children. But this is what he deals with all day. This is why he has a hard time getting shit done.
Oh no.
Because people be dumb sometimes. So
many of these things are not worth bringing up to him.
They're not, and that's why he's upset. Anyway, for the rest of your day, what would you guys like to do?
So everyone's dismissed, everyone leaves.
Everyone's done.
What is he doing?
He just has his face in his hands. Like he's sitting on the throne still, his elbows on his knees, and his face like in his hands.
Is he about to lose it, or
no? He's just fucking sitting in silent disbelief at his people.
The giant just kind of like walks up to him and is just like, "I'm so sorry." She gives him a hug.
He hugs her back. Just,
I had
thanks.
no idea.
Yeah.
Lazira walks up to him and says, "So, is this what rich people do all day? Because, wow, this is a lot more depressing than I thought it was going to be."
He kind of just like watches the last people exit court, and he says, "Rich people and poor people. It really doesn't matter about their standing. People just fight over money a lot."
I was hoping, yeah, but I mean, when you say fight over money, it's a lot more interesting when it's like an actual fight.
Yeah, maybe you should have him do that.
Oh my god.
He says, well, honestly, that is where some of these cases should have ended up before they came here. So
maybe someone else should be in charge of these petty cases.
He shakes his head and he says, unfortunately, we don't really have a ruling to distinguish between what's worthy of going forth to the king, because a long time ago there were cases that we thought were not worthy of going forth to the king, and then developments turned out that they were. So, yeah. And he just kind of silently sort of just sighs in defeat. But yeah, he's just He's just done for the day. He's finished. He's gonna go and drink some tea and read. That's gonna be his day.
Yeah. He deserves the break.
Yeah.
Is Gunther back?
Gunther's been back before Lazaro was back.
Yeah,
Was he?
he's been here
she
for a little
dropped him
while,
off safely at the thing and then went to the library.
so that he wouldn't get
Oh,
shanked on the way.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes.
So how do you guys go today? This was interesting.
My day was exhausting.
Lazara has a very, very proud of herself grin on her face.
Why did you do
Don't worry, I'm taking care of the problem. And
I'm
then
a
I
problem
don't like
solver.
that grin. I just found out that you were riding that Dragonborn's dick, and then you just grinned when you said it was an exhausting day. I don't like this.
no, it it wasn't like that.
No, it wasn't.
And then Lazara
good.
turns to Clovis and says, "So, how could I send a letter to a guild leader?"
A letter to a guild leader.
I have a special message that I want to send to the leader of the Sigil Shield Guild.
I mean, you can post it through the mail system, or you could hand deliver it. The guild building's here in town.
Okay. And after that, Lazira, with her big grin on her face, walks back to her room and starts working on something.
Should we be concerned?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm saying this out loud, by the way.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that in
Liz-
character, because if so, I would have said yes anyway.
Actually, I'm gonna do a thing before she walks away. I'm gonna cast Detect Good and Evil. I know. I know it doesn't actually work. I was just,
Yeah. Okay.
Just for the meme.
yeah, just for the meme. Detect
Yep.
Good and Evil.
I was seriously about to write to Nick what I was going to do, just so he could tell you whether or not it's good or evil.
I mean, it just hold on, let me read it.
No, it's more like,
it doesn't work that
Okay.
way. Yeah, unfortunately, but I just thought it would be funny. Just be like, I detect
For
good
the
and evil.
memes.
Yeah, for the memes. Like, is there intent? Good.
Sarah, am I allowed to read that letter
Yes.
when you're done writing it?
Absolutely not.
Oof. This isn't going to end well.
And then she stops. She turns back to Gunther and says, "Look, I understand that you're going to mean well, but you're not going to approve of what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to let you know what I'm going to do."
Oh.
Well, so long as
So-
nobody gets hurt, I'm fine with whatever happens, really.
Oh, don't worry. Nobody's going to get hurt.
Physically, I hope.
Deception.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, should you roll deception?
Should
Depends on if you're actually lying or not. I don't know.
I'll hang on, Nick. I'll quickly write to you what I'm going to do.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Diana looks very concerned. She's like, what are you doing now?
I'm going to start writing my will in case I die.
Okay.
I'm kidding, I'm not
Feel like
actually
he's like,
doing it.
excuse me, I gotta go write my will. Mm.
She turns to Faye, like, do you have any idea what's happening right now?
What was that?
She turns to Faye and she's like, do you have any idea what's happening right now?
Honestly,
Um,
not really.
Cool. Lazara, roll deception.
Okay.
Oh my god!
And do I roll insight against that?
Sure, if you're trying to figure shit out.
I am.
Oh,
That's pretty abysmal.
oh boy. Oh boy. So, she may not have been entirely truthful when she was saying nobody's going to get hurt, but it's not like she was lying to you. It's more like she's uncertain of whether someone's going to get hurt or not.
Okay.
But what you can be sure of is that you aren't going to get hurt.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a
She's like,
given.
then it's fine.
I know I'll be fine, but I also want to make sure that everyone else is fine, but I know for sure that one person's not going to be fine.
Yeah. So, right. Lazara, you write a letter, a strongly worded letter. And wrap that shit up and send it.
And well, she's gonna deliver it personally, but ask her not to read it until she's left, and she's going to tell Diana that she thinks that she should take Clovis out to get some fresh air in the square.
Okay. So you deliver your letter to the Sigil Shield Guild personally to Katine Sunchaser. And she's in there. She's wearing like her chainmail armor and all that. And you deliver the letter and you tell her what exactly? Not to read it until
not to read it until Lazira has left the building.
okay. And you go and fetch Clovis. Convincing him that, like, hey, after all that, you could use a walk. And he's like, you know what? I could use a walk.
Honestly, Diana's not in on this. She like genuinely believes that. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's all Lazara said to her. Like, yeah,
Wondrous.
Take the boy out for a walk.
Fuck.
Of course, she's going to invite Gunther and Faye out too.
Oh, Lord.
You're like,
Everybody
you guys
come
are
for a walk.
excluded. You can't watch. Like, okay.
Everybody goes out for a nice mid-afternoon stroll. At which point you are fairly soon confronted by the guild leader of the Sigil Shield Guild, who's come storming over to you.
Oh my god.
With fury in her face. She's like red in the face with anger.
I assume we noticed that right away.
Oh, it's a palpable
Yeah,
presence.
she's not hiding it.
Is
Yeah.
Lazara,
I was just gonna
sorry,
ask.
go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if you were there with us already. If so, I was gonna say, what did you do?
Lazira just completely ignores him and just waves at her like, "Hey."
She comes storming over and notices that you're with the prince, and then she kind of like freezes, and you can see in her mind there's just like all kinds of like calculations going on. And she's trying to figure out what to do. And you can see there's this moment where she's like, do I go for it or do I not? That's where she's stuck at the moment.
Hang on, let me have a look at my stuff real quick. Lazira is just going to like attempt to just give her this look that's meant to like not seem like much to anyone else, but attempt to be like, come on, you know you want to.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right.
He's one of those little cheeky looks that like, you didn't have it in you, bitch. Oof.
All right. Yeah, she immediately just comes storming at you. And I'll get Jeffrey specifically to roll a perception check.
Perception.
Excellent. You notice that Katine is wielding. Well, she's not wielding it in her hand. She's more going to spear tackle Azira, but she has, like, I suppose, equipped a battle axe that you've seen before.
Where did I see? Oh wait.
Oh shit.
Where did I see that one?
I believe you saw it in the Tomb of Horrors.
Uh-oh.
How did she get that?
It's not the one from the Tomb of
Okay.
Horrors, but it is a one of those. But it's
Is it the Berserker or something like that?
Berserker
Oh
axe.
shit. Oh fuck.
And basically, it's a cursed item
Yeah.
that will throw people into a fit of rage pretty constantly. And that's,
Oh.
yep.
That.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Lazira still feels pretty confident about this. Like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't know, but she see. I imagine she like still sees the battle axe.
I feel like Diana hasn't been let in any of this, so she's probably just like actually hanging out with us. Just talking,
Yeah.
she's probably talking about her cats. let's say.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, you'll notice that she has a battle axe. You just don't know what battle axe,
Oh, man.
what it is. It's just a
So
battle
despite
axe.
despite the fact that she has a battle axe on her back, Lazira still looks very confident about this.
Yeah. All right. I will, I suppose, get you to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh god.
I am not disconnecting anything. I'm having slow internet too.
Hold on.
I'm just checking.
Okay.
You moved the arms.
I didn't move anything.
Hey.
Alright.
Two opposites.
Jeffrey's going into this fight?
Oh wait, no. I thought you said in general, but you meant Lysara.
Oh no! If you're in this fight,
No, I don't want to.
Wait, what?
No, I
I
thought
was
that.
just- I was like, he rolled initiative, so I'm like, oh, he's in this fight as well, and you're like, no.
No, I actually don't
Oh,
want
no.
to. I just misheard you. I thought you said everyone.
All good, all good. So, Lazira, your turn first.
So Lazira isn't going to attempt to attack her yet because she wants to. She specifically wants to give off the impression that she wants it. She wants it specifically to look like that that she made the initial attack.
Yeah,
I mean, she did.
it's true. Like, make Clovis visibly see that Katine is a psycho.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Lazira is going to spend this turn like just standing there, but she's just gonna like she's gonna ready herself to cast shield once she attacks.
Awesome. All right. I will get you to roll an athletics check.
All right.
As she's going to just like spear tackle you and try and outstrong you, I guess. All right. So she spears into your side, and you like because you were ready for this, like you steadied yourself in such a way that you had this under control. She spear tackles into you, like almost knocking everyone else out of the way. And Clovis is quite surprised. He noticed her charging like midway through a charge, but didn't have time to react. And yeah, she is slammed into you. I'll get you to make a perception check real quick, as she's kind of like head first into your gut, and you can just see like her back. where that axe is.
Oof.
Sorry, you had advantage because it was like right in your face.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So she slams into you, and immediately your head kind of goes down to look at her back because just instinct. Keeping an eye on your attacker, and you see this axe on her back, and I'll get you to roll an Arcana check real quick.
All right.
All right. You can see the runes on the handle of the axe kind of glowing this burning red, and you know what this is. Like this is a berserker axe. This is driving her somewhat crazy and making her act very violently. So it's the axe's fault that she's like this.
All right.
With your Arcana check, you would know that it is bound to her. And the only way that she can be unbound from this axe and its power is through a remove curse spell.
So, as Lazira starts putting this together, she just kind of shouts to Faye to say just that she needs to try to cast remove curse on her.
Okay, I will. Well, okay, so I'm out of the fight. So am I allowed to do this like during her turn, or do I have to roll an initiative as well?
Yep. No, you can roll initiative to jump into the turn order and react.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me do that real quick.
I want to assist with
So that
something
way-
too, just in case. So can I roll as well?
Sure.
Just in
Oh, wow.
case you need help to immobilize. Because I know what that axe is. Terrible news.
Terrible news. Right spot to bother that. Next is going to be Faye's turn.
All right. Well, then I hear this and I don't even hesitate. I just like, okay, because would I know that this is the axe as well, or
We've all seen it.
we've all seen it.
It doesn't matter that it's the axe. It's more that the axe has placed a curse upon her, that it's bound to her.
Mm-hmm.
So if you cast remove curse on her, it'll work on the axe.
Mhm. Okay, so yeah, I cast it on her.
Yep. So you cast remove curse, and you break the spell of this. The attunement, so it can be removed from her.
Okay.
You still have an action and a bonus action.
It's just a bit of
You know what?
You're still like attached to Lazira.
Oh, so the
I mean,
what was that?
This is all within like 6 seconds. So like she's still attached to Lazira, like she still like has just spear tackled Lazira, but you have removed the curse.
Can I
The effect-
use my ray?
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, can I actually use my ray shot to try to knock the axe out of her hand?
Oh, it's not in her hand; it's on her back, like it's equipped to her,
Oh.
but she's not wielding it.
Okay. Then since she's like still like spear tackling her onto the ground, I'm gonna sprint over and try to rip the axe from off her back.
Alrighty. So, Faye, you sprint over and grab the axe and pull it from her back. And I will get you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no!
So, you lift the axe off of her back. And and you immediately throw the axe aside, and it just kind of goes skidding across the Vaskyr street, like the cobbles. And Katin stands up and like looks at Lazira and just has this look of confusion on her face.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, there's just silence for a moment, and like she's looking at Lazira and she says, "Why are we fighting? What did you do?"
Lazira just kind of grins and says, "You don't remember any of that?"
She's like, "What? Did I chase you through the street?"
Lazira just kind of stands up and dusts herself off and says, "You mistook me for some common criminal. It's okay now."
Huh. That doesn't sound like me. And she just kind of like scratches the back of her head and kind of looks around at the situation. You can see like everyone's just kind of like staring at her at a safe distance. And she's like, carry on. No, nothing to see here. Move along. And she looks at like the townsfolk who are now like, well, okay then, and just like sort of one by one, kind of walking along and like leaving the scene, very confused. And she also kind of like bows her head to each of you and just like, good day.
Does she look at Gunther any differently when she does this, or?
So she turns toward Gunther, who was behind her at this point, and she, like, as soon as she turns around and sees Gunther, like 10 feet from her, she kind of goes really red in the face, like embarrassed looking, and then very quickly, like, power walks away, back toward the Sigil Shield Guild. She doesn't even look at the axe. She doesn't notice the axe on the floor. She just fucking beelines straight for her guild, embarrassed, and she stands like bolt upright and like almost like power walk marches away really quickly.
Oh no.
Oh. So was it the axe the whole time?
But she seems to genuinely like him.
Yeah, she seems to genuinely have feelings for Gunther, but the rage and, you know, the reactions to everything was the axe.
Oof.
Lazira just kind of waits until everybody is everybody in the party has gathered back together and just says, "All right, well, I guess we need to get rid of that axe before
I wouldn't touch it if I were you."
Oh boy.
I had to yeet that right across the way just in order to, like, you know, like yeet.
Yeah, what do we do with that thing?
I'd ask
We can't really put it in our bag of holding because
it's full.
there's a dragon in it.
We have a whole big thing in there.
Ah, yes, a rotting dragon.
We should probably bring
So
it into passage as soon as
we just like
can.
poke it. We just poke it with a stick all the way back.
Do I get the feeling that there would be a negative effect if I attempted to pick it up with Mage Hand?
No, it's if you like physically pick it up. If you physically touch the axe, that's when it would try and attach itself to you. And
wouldn't
do
it
that.
be too heavy for Mage Hand though?
What was the
Maybe.
fucking DC on that? Because that was very concerning.
Well, it's the way it works is that when you attune to the axe to gain its benefits, like its attacking power benefits,
Okay.
that's when its effects take hold. So when Jeffrey like initially met her and shook hands with her and she was checking him out and, you know, suddenly like, oh, he's okay. She likely didn't have the axe at that point. It was after that she came in contact with the axe. She might have bought it through someone or...
Oh no,
Yeah.
I was talking about like the wisdom safe, I mean.
Yeah, so the wisdom save DC is about 15.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
that was just one that I threw on there because I was like, oh, let's see what happens if the effect works immediately. But no, it's one that you kind of have to attune to it, and then you're
Okay.
cursed by it. Like you can't
I
unattune
was
from
like, I was like, there's no way I succeeded that. Like when you were us, like you yeeted, I was like, there's no way I succeeded that. Like what the fuck happened?
it. Yeah.
Is there a way to permanently
Concerned.
remove the curse, or would that remove the entire effect of it?
The curse remains, but you can remove or discard the object if you use remove curse on it, like when it's wielded by someone.
Okay.
The curse that's on this item will remain, like despite you using a remove curse spell on it.
We could just.
You can't remove it.
Nope. You would have to destroy the item.
I guess we could just store it and deal with it later.
Okay, I'm not touching
I
it.
would feel bad selling that thing to someone because then it's
Yeah.
just-
Oh, it's okay.
Whoever sold this to her, or whoever gave this to her, whoever made it come into her possession, knew full well what they were doing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't like this.
That seems like a bigger problem then.
Should we talk to her about this?
Yeah, maybe. Boy, I feel awkward.
I think that's a
about
good
it.
idea.
Maybe not right this second,
Yeah,
because all that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
happened.
So,
Just like bust down the door, like, yo, you have some explaining to do, girl.
do you want me to add that to add it to the party position in my bag? Would an
yeah.
extra axe be too much for the
So-
bag?
An axe would be able to fit. But let's
Okay.
say
Okay.
after this axe, you really can't fit anything else in there.
Yeah, we
At
need
the
to
moment,
get that.
until you
We
deal
need to
with
get that
the-
dragon.
I
yeah.
now have two
Yeah.
berserker great axes.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Well, this one's a battle axe. The other one was a great axe.
Oh yeah, you're right. Time to write another entry.
Well, you
then.
can probably just keep it around in your room somewhere. I mean,
If
Yeah. You
anything,
can just
and-
kind of hang it on the wall and be like, "Ooh, look at this!"
just
ominous
hide it
thing.
under the
Ooh,
bed.
spooky.
there's that, but also I was thinking, what if we sold that to a museum that buys cursed things that exist?
I'm sure someone would be interested in buying cursed items. It's just
Yeah, just like, hey fam,
museums
it's
will buy that shit
cursed.
right up. Yeah, museums will buy that shit right up.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, ooh, cursed ominous thing on display, and people pay to be like, oh, my goodness, how scary.
Because I think we have a
Um,
few cursed items in
Don't look at
our
it, Jimmy.
position that we
It's
probably
like-
won't use.
We have the
Hmm.
spear, we have the two battle axes that are cursed right now.
Yeah.
Yep, a great
So-
axe and a battle axe, and yep, that's it. Oh,
Alright.
hey, surprise! I have something in my party possession that probably everyone would like to be reminded of.
Mm.
Potion of superior healing.
Oh yeah.
I have.
You know what's
one of
another
those.
thing that we need to remember that we have?
Hmm?
That journal that writes itself.
I was actually going to mention that later tonight.
There's also.
I really was. I was gonna have a thing where I was like, "Oh, Faye gets her book," and then she's like, "Oh, right, this little thing." That's
Hmm.
exactly what I was gonna do once it got to nighttime.
All right. Well, keep that in mind because
Okay.
for now, I think maybe we shall
Yeah.
call it a session.
Okay.
So
Alright.
for next
Yeah.
time,
Normally
remember
we would go on for a little bit longer, but I got asked to dinner today, so
that. I'm helping.
Mm,
yeah.
No
I'm
problem.
helping.
So
Um,
I'll stop the recording then.